Well guys, it is already happening. We are still 3 days away from February, which means we are getting into the beloved month for Nintendo fans because this is when we normally get our first big Nintendo Direct of the year, showcasing games that are coming towards the middle of the year and even towards the end of the year, which is super exciting. So we might actually have information of a Nintendo Direct coming as soon as next week. So here's the information we have today. But before we get started, we have just hit 200,000 subscribers, guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. I couldn't have done any of this without you. You guys truly make me happy each and every day, reading your comments and just you guys being so supportive of the channel since the very beginning. So I will be making a very special video for you guys, and I'll be posting information about it in the community tab, so make sure you're subscribed and have post notifications on so you can stay up to date with that information. But so this comes from a user named Daybreak on Famiboards, and every game has an NSU ID, which is like its internal data, and it just got updated for 2 games, Advanced Wars and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now previously it didn't have an NSU ID, now they both do, which normally means that pre-order is about to open for these games. And when this happens, there's normally an announcement very soon for these games, and these just popped up once again for Advanced Wars and Tears of the Kingdom, which are 2 games that we know are probably coming very soon. Advanced Wars got delayed from last year because of the ongoing war conflict, but we know Tears of the Kingdom is coming very soon, and we're probably going to get tons of information on this game soon, probably in a general direct and in its own direct as well. So there's probably big information coming soon, and since Advanced Wars is in there, it leads me to believe that of course we're getting a general direct very soon, and we normally do in February. This just makes sense, but it also makes us very excited to confirm that yeah, a Nintendo Direct is happening, and it could happen as soon as next week. Well, some other information that we've gotten a couple of weeks before is that there was like a leak of a kind of special edition The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch OLED, which could be the case of why they're waiting for the pre-orders to go live. They want to announce that first, which also makes a lot of sense. But you know, we also just need freaking more information on this game. I don't even know how they would open pre-orders with what we've seen so far, because it's been like literally nothing. So obviously they're going to want to, you know, show this game off in its big glory at this next Nintendo Direct, and then finally say, you know, you can pre-order the game, you can pre-order this special edition and all that stuff, which means they're probably going to just break loose with this thing, which I'm finally glad they're about to do. We need to see what's going on in this game, and this is just super exciting. And then finally, Advanced Wars obviously getting the release date it needs and deserves. It's been so long. This just kind of makes sense at the point. Well, something else to note is Nintendo has an investors meeting on February 7th, which is in 2 weeks on a Tuesday, and I would like to believe that Nintendo likes to get their information out before these investors meetings, so I would expect it to be maybe even next week, because Nintendo's investor meetings is about them coming to the investors and showing them what they have for the year, or at least for the early part of the year. And I think it's very important for them to show up with lots of new announced information besides just Tears of the Kingdom, you know what I mean? So I think it's very possible that Nintendo can have a direct as early as next week, which is Wednesday, February 1st, or maybe even Thursday, February 2nd, which is actually Groundhog Day. But I can definitely see it being almost the 1st of February. It lines up in such a perfect way. Nintendo might just jump on the very first day of February that they can get, which would make a lot of sense. Now, they could go to the next week, which would be the week of the 7th and the 8th, which still would make sense even if it's the week of the investors meeting. So it would probably have to be the day of the 8th or the 9th, I would assume. But I don't know. There's something that just feels quirky about that week now. It's already occupied. Like, I really just feel like maybe February 1st could be the big time, you know? And then the next week after that is Valentine's Day and then Ash Wednesday, like, so I don't think they're going to go past the week of the 7th and the 8th. So I'd say within the next 2 weeks, we should 100% definitely get a Nintendo Direct. Now, let's talk about exactly what we can expect from this Nintendo Direct, though, because I'm not going to go into full detail. I will have a whole Direct prediction once this thing is announced, so that way, you know, it's more accurate based on anything that could be announced in the next couple of days. But first off, there are a lot of things that are leaked with Mario. Mario is going to get something, I just don't know what it's going to be. There's been leaks saying that it could be the next big 2D Mario that's not New Super Mario Bros., which is pretty exciting. Of course, it's been 6 years since Super Mario Odyssey, so we could be getting the next big 3D Mario announced as the big holiday game this year. Of course, the Mario movie is coming out this year, which is precedent to have something Mario related, whether it's a 2D or a 3D game, plus probably even some spin-offs with like Mario Baseball or another Mario Party. So I'm expecting some big Mario information here, maybe even information on the Booster Pass Wave 4. Mario is going to get some stuff here. I am almost sure of it. There's a lot of rumors and leaks around this plumber, and it's just the timing is right. And then we got the big Donkey Kong rumors. Obviously, there was that rumor saying it could be 3D and made by the Odyssey team, and there was rumors saying it just might be 2D again. Either way, a new Donkey Kong is much needed because it's been so long since Tropical Freeze. Yeah, we got Tropical Freeze brought over to the Switch, but it's the exact same game with Funky Kong in easy mode. So I need to see Donkey Kong in some capacity, especially if he's being marketed up as being this main character again. They're adding like a whole location for him in Orlando Studios Mario World. So they have like a whole Donkey Kong section, and they also have Donkey Kong, you know, playing a pretty big role, I would guess, in this Mario movie. And they talk about him like non-stop. So like Donkey Kong has to have a game, I feel like, to match this energy. It seems like they're really trying to build up Donkey Kong, and I really want this franchise to be bigger than what it is right now. I would love to see more games from Donkey Kong, more 2D and 3D games. So hopefully this is actually true, and I would even want this to be maybe even a holiday game if they had like a huge 3D Donkey Kong game. That'd be awesome. We're also in that weird time period where Metroid, of all things, is one of the most heaviest leaked and rumored game to happen. Like, I don't think Metroid Prime 4 is going to be here, but it might show up at E3. That makes sense, but if anything shows up at this Nintendo Direct, it's probably just going to be maybe Metroid Prime 1 being remade, or the other Prime games in a trilogy again brought to the Switch, which just obviously makes more sense. So I really don't know what they're planning to do with Metroid right now. You know, after waiting so many years and hearing so many rumors about this Metroid Prime trilogy, it just sounds like it's never going to happen at this point, but who knows? You know, Metroid's definitely something to look out for. We also know that Bandai Namco is working on a remake of an adventure game that was on the 3DS, I believe. That's what the rumors say. I don't know if it actually stated it was on the 3DS, but I think a lot of the rumors came up to be it was going to be Kid Icarus Uprising, which is insane and probably one of the biggest surprises that I think we would have on the Switch, because this game was just so good on the DS. It would be so amazing to see it in HD on the big screen, and even if it has that online multiplayer function, man, this game would be perfect. So I'm really hoping that this is true. This would be a great way to see Pit return. The Switch is a perfect place for it because right now the Switch is selling so well. I would love to see Kid Icarus return. Literally, I think that would be one of my biggest wishes for Nintendo in recent years. Like, that would just be awesome. So hopefully that rumor is true, and hopefully Bandai Namco is actually working on an HD remaster of Kid Icarus Uprising. Now, once again, I don't think that would be, you know, announced right now, because I feel like they just started looking for people to work on this game, and this just started popping up. So I'd say maybe around E3 or the fall Nintendo Direct even. I don't know, but I really hope this would be this year. I mean, that would be amazing. And then one of the last leaks we've been getting nonstop is a new Star Fox game, apparently being on the line of a sequel and a reimagining of the first game. So of course it's probably going to be just like Star Fox Zero and Star Fox 64 and every other Star Fox we've ever seen, because it's always the same story and the same concept. So yeah, I hope they come up with some really unique, awesome ideas and make this feel like an expansive game. I think that's one of the other things too. Star Fox never feels like it's worth $60. Like, it just, they need to add more content, more planets, more side missions, stuff that you can actually do to feels like it's a fully fledged $60 experience. And I know they can do it if they just put all their time and assets into making this game as big and as special as they possibly can, and just really going all in on this to make this series stand out now. Like, it's been a very long time since this series was able to stand out. We need something big, and I really would love to see a Star Fox game with its full massive potential. So hopefully that could be something we see at the Nintendo Direct. Probably not, but it's also an option. And then last but not least, don't forget that Nintendo has announced Pikmin 4. So Pikmin 4 is obviously probably going to get a brand new trailer, brand new information about the game, a brand new release date, like, and even maybe more information on that camera roll and like how that's looking, since it's like a new perspective with this game down at the Pikmin level, which is really cool, making things look larger than life. So I can't wait to see more information about this game. This is already confirmed, so we probably will get something during this Nintendo Direct about Pikmin 4. Now look, my job is just to be excited with you guys and talk about just how much stuff that can actually be announced at this Nintendo Direct. Nintendo actually has games and a lineup in front of them probably of stuff they can announce and stuff that they've been saving, and there's just so many options I think right now. Nintendo is sitting in a really good spot where they're kind of going back around the cycle of the Nintendo Switch, where there's a lot of different games they can touch on again, like the next Mario game and Donkey Kong. It's really exciting, and I can't wait to see what Nintendo has in store for us. Even with the games that we already know of, like Tears of the Kingdom, it's going to be so exciting to finally see what this game is about. So Obviously, there's other stuff I didn't touch on, like DLC for like Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope, and even Splatoon 3 probably getting some huge story DLC, which is sure to be a lot of fun towards the summertime, so that could easily be announced here as well. I literally think there is so much stuff Nintendo can talk about. They can make this one of the best Nintendo Directs ever if they play their cards right and actually show what they need to show, and not some smaller, you know, weird games that no one even cares about. So let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. Are you excited about the upcoming Nintendo Direct? Do you think it could happen next week, or when do you actually see this Nintendo Direct being aired? Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Nintendo all the time, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.